Thank you for joining ASO Television News. I am Richard Alechinwanyebe. The headlines. President Tinubu vows to secure release of all persons in captivity across the country. FCT Minister Barrister Wike says many projects ready for commissioning. Lawmakers recover 521 million naira withheld VAT from CBN. And military troops rescue 360 abductees in Borno Enclave. Nigeria's Super Falcons sets for second international friendly against Lionesses of Senegal. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed the federal government's determination to defeat insecurity and secure the release of all persons held captive across the country. He also assured Nigerians that his administration will intensify efforts to ease the economic hardship facing citizens. President Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, stated this on Sunday during the National Interdenominational Church Service held at the National Christian Center, Abuja, as part of activities marking the 2026 Democracy Day celebration. Akume, who delivered President Tinubu's message, congratulated Nigerians on 27 uninterrupted years of democratic rule since 1999, describing the milestone as a testament to the resilience, commitment, and sacrifices of citizens who fought for the restoration of democracy. He paid tributes to pro-democracy activists and patriots of the June 12 struggle, noting that many endured persecution, injuries, and even death in the quest to secure democratic governance for the country. The SGF said the president remains committed to fulfilling his constitutional responsibilities and will double his efforts to ensure that the socio-economic difficulties currently confronting Nigerians are substantially reduced through the delivery of sustainable democratic dividends. Now, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, says key infrastructure projects earmarked for commissioning as part of activities marking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's third year in office are fully completed and ready for public use. Speaking after inspecting the projects, the minister expressed satisfaction with the pace and quality of work, commending the contractors for delivering on schedule. He also highlighted the positive impact of the project on residents and outlined the commissioning timeline beginning this week. Children's rights advocates have urged the National Assembly to speedily pass the bill for an act to enact the Child Online Access Protection and Online Violence Against Nigerian Child and for other related matters. They made a call in an interview with newsmen on the sideline of a stakeholder roundtable at the weekend in Abuja. In her remarks, the country director, Lawyers Without Borders in Nigeria, Ms. Angela Uzoma, said the bill directly impacts and affects the life of Nigerian children of all ages. According to her, almost all the children in Nigeria, about 90% of them, have access to digital devices, whether at home or in school or through their friends. She and others said the access exposes children to a large range of online harms, violence, which the bill seeks to protect them from. A 2018 UNICEF report had highlighted that every half a second a new child goes online, exposing them to significant risk, and the situation being more in Nigeria, with reports showing 90% of children face online risk, including cyberbullying, inappropriate content, and exploitation. The bill, among other things, seeks to protect children against cyberbullying, cyber abuse, cyber extortion, and other cyber activities that may impose harm. To implement the proposed act, a tax at the rate of 0.02% shall be charged on the accessible profit of a search engine, telecom service providers, artificial intelligence, gaming, streaming, and social media app vendor companies registered in Nigeria. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee, PAC, has recovered 521,765,001. Again, the House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee, PAC has recovered 521,765,000 in unremitted value-added tax from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, as part of its ongoing investigation into revenue leakages and outstanding funds due to the federal government. The recovery is one of several outcomes of a comprehensive investigation previously initiated through a resolution from a motion on the subject at plenary. The House PAC, being headed by Mr. Bamidele Salam, has undertaken an extensive examination of transactions and remittances connected to the Remitter platform with a view to identify revenue leakages, enforcing compliance, and recovering all outstanding funds due to the federal government. The investigation led to several recoveries and continues to identify additional liabilities owed to government coffers, including discovery that the CBN failed to remit VAT amounting to the earlier mentioned figure, representing the tax component and fees earned from remitter transactions. The committee subsequently directed the Apex Bank to remit the outstanding amount accruing from November 2018 to April 2024 into the federal government treasury and submit evidence of compliance. The Public Accounts Committee is scheduled to continue its hearing on the matter today, being Monday, June the 8th, 2026, at the National Assembly Complex in Abuja. The Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Finance, Mr. James Falake, has urged civil servants to prioritize integrity and due process for speedy development of the country. The House Committee Chairman granted an interview with newsmen on the sideline of a book launch to mark the 60th birthday and retirement of the clerk of the committee, Mr. Oscar Okoro, in Abuja. The book, The Nigerian Legislature, A Practical Guide for Lawmakers, is authored by Mr. Oscar Okoro, whom the lawmaker described as a dedicated, committed, and hardworking civil servant that should be emulated by younger generations. Also speaking, Deputy Chairman of the committee, Mr. Abubakar Saidu, applauded Mr. Okoro's relationship down to his family, saying he is a professional to the core. On his part, spokesman for the House, Mr. Akin Rotimi Jr., commended Mr. Okoro for meritorious service rendered to the National Assembly and indeed the country. The celebrant, Mr. Okoro, attributed his success in life to God Almighty, saying that life itself is a very difficult and cautious journey. He said he would return to legal practice, consultancy, and dedicate the rest of his life to mentorship of younger generations and service to God. The Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, has expressed satisfaction with the quality and pace of work on the reconstruction and expansion of the 43.65-kilometer Mararaba-Kefi Road. He made the remarks while inspecting ongoing federal government road projects in the FCT and Nasarawa State. The minister, while commending the contractors for the standard of work being delivered in the full emergency rehabilitation of the Mararaba-Kefi Abuja-bound road, expressed confidence that the project will be completed before the scheduled 1st March 2028 deadline, with auxiliary components, including the installation of solar-powered street lighting. In Omar, he noted that several projects across the country had suffered setbacks due to unfinished stretches, emphasized that the ministry's priority is to deliver good and durable roads. The minister also inspected the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kaduna-Kanu Road Section 2. He noted that completion of outstanding works is scheduled for the 12th of November 2026.
Today, the National Assembly, in agreement with Ministry of Works, came to see and to be sure that this Lot 1 is fully ready for the commission of Mr. President. We won't allow any other person to commission this project. You recall that there are a lot of testimonies on this road. Number one, you recall that there used to be very high level of kidnapping on this road. But nobody remembers that this, road project is a way of fighting, insecurity in Nigeria. Since the president started, since the National Assembly unleashed, a lot of security, apparatus on the road, we've not heard of any kidnap, and there will be no kidnap again.
The inspection tour further highlights the federal government's resolve to ensure the timely completion and delivery of critical road projects across the country in tandem with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You're watching ASO Television News. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, On Free TV, look us up on channel 507. On the UHF band, you can find us on channel 38. Now, still to come, Nigeria's Super Falcons set for second international friendly against Lionesses of Senegal. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K have rescued 360 abductees from a heavily fortified Jamatu Alis Suna Leader Awati Wal Jihad enclave in the Mandara Mountains area of southern Borno State. The military described the operation as one of the most significant hostage rescue missions conducted in the Northeast Theater in recent times. The development was disclosed in a statement by the Acting Media Information Officer Headquarters, Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K, Lieutenant Colonel Haruna Sani. According to him, the operation was the culmination of weeks of intelligence gathering, which resulted in the safe recovery of men, women, and children who had been held in captivity under harsh conditions after being abducted from several communities, particularly within the Ngoshi axis. The Military High Command commended the courage, professionalism, and discipline displayed by personnel involved in the operation. Stakeholders have called for stronger collaboration and formalization of Nigeria's informal waste sector as part of efforts to tackle the country's growing plastic pollution challenge. The call was made at the Maiden International Plastic Summit held in Abuja. Tina Oje Achu tells us more.
Nigeria generates an estimated 2.5 million tons of plastic waste annually, making plastic pollution one of the country's most pressing environmental and public health challenges. To confront the growing crisis, government officials, industry leaders, development partners, and waste management experts gathered in Abuja for the first National Plastic Summit. Convened by the Nigerian National Plastic Action Partnership in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Environment and supported by the World Economic Forum's Global Plastic Action Partnership. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Salihu Aminu Usman, described plastic pollution as a growing threat to livelihoods, ecosystems, and public health, stressing the need for collective action.
I believe Nigeria has the capacity, innovation, human resources needed to turn this challenge into an opportunity. This summit must therefore move us beyond awareness and into action. It must help us build a sustainable plastic economy and consumption, encourages innovation, strengthen the recycling system, and supports a circular economy where waste is seen as a resource rather than a burden.
A major issue that dominated discussion was the need to formalize the informal waste sector, particularly waste pickers, community recyclers who contribute significantly to plastic recovery efforts across the country.
Any transition that does not include them will not succeed, but more that it must empower them. My hope for today is that we lead with clear, actionable priorities, that we identify concrete opportunities for investment and collaboration, and that we collectively commit to moving from pilots to scale and systems change.
Discussions also highlighted the circular economy as an opportunity to create jobs, support small businesses, and drive sustainable economic growth. With the theme, Innovation, Inclusion, and Investment for a Circular Plastics Economy in Africa, stakeholders left Abuja with one shared message: that ending plastic pollution demands not just policy, but partnership, and that no solution will work if it leaves anyone behind. Sina Oje Achu. ASO Television News.
Governor of Kano State and immediate past national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has led a high-powered delegation on a condolence visit to the residence of the Hakimin Pai Alhaji Hussaini Alilu Pai in Suleja following the death of his wife, the late Hajia Jamila Alilu Pai. Dr. Ganduje was accompanied by his wife, Hajia Hafsat Ganduje, and former Deputy Governor of Kano State and former Minister Alhaji Abdullahi Gwarzo. Also joining the condolence visit was the Etsukwali, His Royal Highness Luka Ayedo Nizasan III, alongside other traditional title holders and dignitaries who came to sympathize with the bereaved family. The delegation expressed their heartfelt condolences to Alhaji Hussaini Alilu Pai, a former resident electoral commissioner of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), over the painful loss of his beloved wife, Hajia Jamila Pai, who passed away on June 6, 2026. Speaking during the visit, Dr. Ganduje described the deceased as a virtuous and respected woman whose life was marked by humility, kindness, and devotion to her family and community. He prayed Almighty Allah to forgive her shortcomings, shower His mercy upon her, and grant her eternal rest in Al-Jannatul Firdaus. Similarly, the Etsukwali, His Royal Highness Nizasan III, offered prayers for the repose of the deceased soul and asked God to grant the Hakimin Pai, his children, and the entire Pai community the strength and fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Responding on behalf of the family, Alhaji Pai expressed profound gratitude to Dr. Ganduje, the Etsukwali, and members of the delegation for their show of love, support, and solidarity during the family's moment of grief. Garland Cakes and Dessert Abuja has held its first ever solo cake exhibition in Africa with a free entry aimed at offering premium taste experience for professionals and enthusiasts. Speaking to newsmen during the exhibition held in Abuja, Creative Director Garland Cake Studios, Stephen Uzondu, disclosed that the event was an avenue in uniting citizens, creating a different level of exposure. Oluwapelumi Adeyemi tells us more.
It was an exciting moment as family, friends, and loved ones came together to experience the first ever solo cake exhibition in Africa. Creative Director Garland Cakes and Dessert, Stephen Uzondu, highlighted the key importance of the exhibition and its relevance in the modern society.
Handiwork is supposed to empower the youth, and which is why I'm doing this too, because if they understand that it is a venture that is profitable, people, younger ones, want to go into it with the mindset of making money and not just as a hobby, right? And when you go into the mindset of making money, it kind of reduces the rate of unemployment in the society too, because the mindset is where unemployment starts from. Cake, just as every other craft, also it's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy put in. So it has been a lot of work on my part, a lot of time on my part, a lot of classes and all. But I would tell anybody listening that it is profitable. It is profitable. If you can get to that point where you start making profit from cake work, then it's very profitable.
Participants present at the event had the opportunity to have a taste of various varieties of cakes, leaving an insightful moment of tasting experience. Some shared their thoughts about the exhibition, others praised the organizers for a job well done.
I'm praying that God will continue to assist him in all his endeavor. And those who like good things, who attend this event, God will continue to extend blessing to them so that they will be assist to their family.
The exhibition was a bomb. Like, I enjoyed every part of it, and even the cake testing too. I tasted the strawberry eclair, I tasted the golden caramel bliss and midnight indulgence. All the cake were a hit from back to back.
More than 24 cakes were part of the exhibition, each created as a complete artwork. Pelumi Adeyemi, ASO Television News.
The federal government has urged newly appointed ambassadors and diplomatic representatives to work closely with the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning in order to help them to fully understand Nigeria's economic goals before they take up their posts abroad. A statement issued by the ministry showed that Senator Eta Enang gave the advice in Abuja during a visit to the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, and the Minister of State, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anete, over the weekend. Speaking, Ambassador-designate to Germany, Senator Eta Enang, explained that knowing the country's development needs will help them attract the right kind of business and support from their host nations. While commending President Bola Tinubu for the appointment, he noted that the meeting is part of a direct presidential order requiring new ambassadors to visit key government offices so that they can learn exactly how to protect and promote Nigeria's interest abroad. In his welcome address, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Bagudu, expressed government's readiness for economic sustainability through adequate planning, reiterating that the BEP acts as government's main planning hub. According to him, the ministry is committed to making sure all government policies are efficiently lined up, directs investments towards national goals, and watches global economic trends to find new opportunities for Nigeria. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria has brought together children and key stakeholders in Abuja to celebrate the 2026 Panda Painting Interactive Experience. The event promoted cultural exchange, creativity, and friendship between Nigeria and China through arts. Minister at the Chinese embassy, Zhong Hongyao, highlighted the importance of sharing creativity and cultural values between nations. He said art serves as a bridge that strengthens mutual understanding and people-to-people connections.
The 5th anniversary of China's-Nigeria diplomatic relations, and also the year of the China-Africa people-to-people exchanges. Over these past 55 years, our friendship has weathered the storms and only grown stronger. Just this past May 1st, China introduced zero tariff on import from all 55 African countries that have the diplomatic ties with us, and that definitely includes Nigeria. This opens the door for Nigerian product to enter China huge consumption.
Representing the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Abdul Karim Zim Ibrahim reaffirmed the government's commitment to promoting dialogue and sustaining peace through cultural engagement. He called for continued efforts to celebrate cultural diversity and deepen Nigeria-China relations.
Cultural exchanges such as this complement our economic
Also speaking, Director General, National Gallery of Art, Ahmed Sodangi, described Panda Arts as a unique cultural expression that brings people together while reflecting the warmth and hospitality of the Chinese people. He encouraged participants to take advantage of opportunities in arts and creativity provided through cultural exchanges. The event concluded with colorful cultural performances and creative presentations by students from participating local schools. Panda Arts Sharing is a Chinese cultural exchange initiative that uses the giant panda, a symbol of friendship and peace, to promote creativity, environmental awareness, and people-to-people connections among young people worldwide. The Super Falcons are set to adopt a more aggressive approach in its second international friendly against Senegal, following a closely contested first encounter in Ikene Friday. Head coach Justin Madugu revealed on Sunday that the 9-time African champions will be more purposeful in attack when they face the Lionesses of Senegal again at the Remo Stars Sports Complex. Both teams are using the matches as part of their preparations for next month's Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco. The Falcons secured a 2-1 victory in Friday's meeting, courtesy of goals from Azizat Oshola, who converted from the penalty spot, and midfielder Tony Pagny. Senegal pulled one back with 4 minutes remaining in regulation time. Nigeria and Senegal have a history of competitive encounters. In the qualifiers for the 2016 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The Super Falcons defeated the Lionesses 3-1 on aggregate after drawing the first leg 1-1 and winning the return fixture 2-0. And that does it all on the news. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.